This is Deepin 15.6, based on Debian, but it's not standard Debian. It's a curated snapshot of the Debian repositories. There were a lot of bug fixes in this version. I won't go through those, but there were also some changes to the desktop, which I will discuss. This shows you with just the desktop and the terminal running, it uses 543 megabytes of RAM. So this is a medium weight distribution. Considering everything it does, that's really remarkable. This is the standard Deepin dock. It has the launcher for launching applications, show desktop, multitasking view, Deepin file manager, Deepin store, Deepin music, Deepin movie, Google Chrome, the default web browser, control center. I added simple screen recorder, and it's going. This is this multi-purpose button, which I've never quite understood. This is a network manager, and I've set up my wireless and it works fine. This is the audio volume. This is the battery charger. This is the disk utility, date and time, and trash. When you right-click on the panel, you can choose mode. This is fashion mode, and this is efficient mode. And I much prefer efficient mode. Here you have the simple screen recorder control, the language, battery status, network manager, current volume, shutdown, Bluetooth, and the time and date. Now you right-click again, and you can change the location. Right now it's at the bottom. You can put it at the top. You can put it at the left. You can put it at the right. And of course you can put it at the bottom. Right-click again, you can change the size. It's large, medium, or small. This is medium. This is large. Might want to do that if I had it at the side. And this is small. I much prefer small. Right-click again. This is the status, keep shown, keep hidden, and smart hide. I'm going to keep it shown. Then you also have plugins, sound, power, network, and date and time, so you can change those if you wish. Let's go to the control center. That's this little gear symbol, although this will change if you change icon styles. So click on that, you get the control center. The navigation has actually been moved to the left side, but when you first enter this, it's at the top here in an array which has been before. So to get to the new navigation style, click on any of these. And now you see that the navigation is to the side. This is accounts. You can actually just go down here to get to some of these others. And you can scroll down if you wish. If you're over here at the far right, I have a touchpad and scrolling works by default. But I'm going to go down here using the navigator. This is the network. Bluetooth. I don't have it. Sound. I was able to set my microphone and output volume, etc. right from here, right from the control center. This is time and date. I can change the time zone. I can change the time settings. I don't want to do that. This is power management. I've already been here, and I've disabled all the power management features, as I usually do. Obviously, if you're using a high-powered computer with a graphics card, you might want to save electricity, but with my low-powered computer, that's not really an issue. See. Mouse and touchpad starts out with mouse at the top here and touchpad at the bottom. I don't exactly know what palm detect is, so I won't discuss that. Tap to click is enabled by default. I don't use that, but I'll leave it. Natural scrolling is disabled by default. Normally, with scrolling, if I scroll up, the frame goes up, but the image goes down. With natural scrolling, if I scroll up, the image goes up and the frame stays where it is. So that's the difference there, but I'm going to turn off natural scrolling. I'm used to the other way. And keyboard and language. Now update. Checking for updates, please wait. By the way, you have to be connected to the internet before you can use this. That should be obvious, but if you've forgotten to connect, you're not going to get anywhere here. My system is up to date. It took a while. Now, under Update Settings, that's where you can choose your repositories. System Source Detection I have on. Auto Clear Package Cache I have on. Auto Download Updates I have off. Now, I've already switched to mirrors. As you can see, I'm using US Linux kernel archives, but if you click on the little right arrow there, it'll list the mirrors, and the official mirror is at the top. I'm going to test the speed. It may take a few minutes. So as you can see, the US kernel archive that I've chosen is fast, and the official mirror was medium. That's why I chose the one I did. There's another fast mirror in the United States, US Silicon Valley Web Hosting, and then there are two James Madison University and Georgia Institute of Technology that are currently in a timeout. You certainly wouldn't want to check those. So I'm going back. This was update, and now if I go to information here at the bottom, Deepin is produced by Wuhan Deepin Technology Company Limited in China. This is version 15.6, 64 bits, shows my CPU, my memory, my disk size, and this is my external hard disk on which I'm running this. The edition license. That's a GNU General Public License. And the boot menu. This shows the boot screen as it is, and I can change things. It says below here the boot image can be replaced by dragging one to it, and the boot order can be changed by dragging the highlight. In other words, the highlight is currently on the top line. I can drag that down. But I'm going to leave things the way they are. I'm going to keep the startup delay and keep the theme as it is. So that's the control center. Now I can go out of that simply by clicking on the desktop. And when I go back into it, it will take me exactly where I was, which is good if you're working on something and you want to see the effect. Or if you want to go back to the original opening screen, you can do that. Now here's the launcher. This is the traditional appearance. It's an array of the installed applications arranged in order of importance as Deepin sees it. So Google Chrome is first, WPS Writer is second. It's not alphabetical and it's not categorized. When you click on this little category symbol on the left, now you get a category array. So here's Internet. That's the top here. Google Chrome, Skype, Thunderbird Mail. Here's Music, Spotify, Deepin Music. Here's Video, Deepin Movie, Deepin Screen Recorder, Deepin Voice Recorder, Simple Screen Recorder, which I installed. Here's Graphics, Deepin Screenshot, Deepin Image Viewer. Here's Games. It has Steam. That's the Steam client. You can download games. You have to pay for them, of course. Here's Office. It comes with the WPS Writer, WPS Presentation, and WPS Spreadsheets. You can download LibreCAD, of course. Comes with a text editor, Deepin Cloud Print, and Deepin Cloud Scan. I don't think my printer and scanner are enabled for cloud printing and scanning. And also under Office you have print settings and Kimsey, a help file viewer that's no longer maintained. Under Reading you have the Foxit Reader, which is, as far as I know, it's free, but it's not open source. Under System, it has the Deepin File Manager, the Deepin Store, Deepin Terminal, Deepin Manual. It's a very thorough manual. Simple Scan, Deepin Bootmaker, Deepin Clone for cloning your disk, Computer, Show Desktop, Trash, Control Center, Multitasking View. These are all in the panel too. Deepin System Monitor, Deepin Calendar, Deepin Calculator, Deepin Font Installer, Archive Manager, Deepin Graphics Driver Manager. If you have a graphics card, you may want to look into that. Deepin Package Manager, Gparted, and Deepin Introduction. I'll go back to Deepin Introduction in a minute. And under Others, it has Deepin User. Now let me open Deepin Introduction. This is the welcome screen that shows up when you first install the system. And if you click on this, you get a little video of sorts. If you click on desktop mode, you get the efficient mode and the fashion mode. That's the panel they're referring to. Under icon themes, you can choose them here, or you can choose them later in the control center. Under window effects, you have disable window effect and enable window effect. So what is the window effect? It's a transparency you get under the panel here if you disable it. It's just a dark gray background. So I'm going to re-enable it just for fun. Support us. You can contribute in many different ways, including donations. And it tells you a little bit about Deepin. The objectives are customer first, open source idea, open and free, etc. So that's a little welcome screen. Now let's go back to the menu. This is this large array. You also have a smaller version. This has changed somewhat. It's no longer categorized. If you click on all programs down here, you can then click on these and drag them up to the top so you can reorder these things. And if you return to the standard view, it decides the order. Now if you go over here to the right and you click on computer, what you get is the file manager. And if you click on document, you get the file manager open to documents, etc. So that is not a category panel. So there's still a large panel and a small panel, but they're arranged somewhat differently. Let me look in the Deepin store. It has OpenOffice and LibreOffice. I'm going to look here. I'm going to make this full screen. You can search. I'm going to search for LibreOffice. I notice it also has LibreCAD. Now the only thing about this, it's an old version 5.4. I found with Deepin in the past that sometimes it's more up-to-date than other times. It depends on when they refresh their last snapshot of Debian. But if I go back to the standard listing here, it does have Firefox Quantum, which is not always available from Debian-based systems because Firefox Quantum is not in the Debian repositories themselves. So this is Firefox Quantum. It is version 58 though, not the latest version. Now you can select these things by rankings. The most popular first, and Firefox Quantum is the most popular one, even though this is not the default web browser in Deepin. VLC is second, LibreOffice is third, GIMP is fourth, Play on Linux is fifth, VirtualBox is sixth, opera 7th, etc., etc. Rather interesting. Or you can go by category. This is the Internet category. It takes a while to load these. This is the Internet category. The chat category. It has Skype. That's already installed, by the way. The music category. Has Audacity, Clementine, Audacious, Deepin Music, which is installed. Google Play Music Desktop Player, Amarok, Rhythmbox, Sound Converter, Spotify. Pulse Audio is installed. Has the Deepin voice recorder, etc. Under video, it has VLC, Kodi, OpenShot, Simple Screen Recorder. This is where I got it. It has Caden Live, GUVC View, Kazam. It has the Deepin screen recorder, which is already installed. It's a bit strange because they're asking you to install it, but it's already installed and I've tried it out. It's greatly improved. It can record either a GIF or an MP4, and I'll show you a little clip from that. Now I'm going to try to use the Deepin screencast utility. I'll just make a short silent video with it. This introduction is made with Simple Screen Recorder, of course. So I'm just going to type in scree and I get Deepin Screen Recorder. Now click or drag to select the area to record. I'm going to click on the desktop. If you click on a specific window, it'll record just that window. Or you can create a box by dragging. But I'm going to left click on the desktop. Now it says start recording GIF or MP4. I'm going to click on MP4. But before I do that, I'm going to stop Simple Screen Recorder. And now you see, after I clicked on that little icon, I got a musical notification and the screen recording appears on my desktop. However, I'm not going to play a recording within a recording because I've already played it for you. So let me go to the launcher and type in Synaptic. By the way, I do not have to point to the search bar. I can just start typing. There's Synaptic Package Manager, and it lets me know that it's new. Need to enter my password and click on Confirm. That is really big type. I'm going to close this. Let me go to the control panel for a moment and click on Display, and under Display Scaling, I must have inadvertently set this to 2. And that's why everything is so large. I'm going to set that to 1, and great. Synaptic is now the size it ought to be. So you can change the display scaling. Set successfully, view by logging out. Well, it's too late. I've already got what I wanted. So now that I have Synaptic in a size that I can read, let me look under repositories. It has the Spotify repository, and it has the Deepin repository. It also has unchecked the Deepin source repository, which you don't need, but if you want the source code, you can get that. So basically, the Deepin repository, which is based on Debian, but is not just simply lifted from Debian, contains everything you need except Spotify. I have this on a dark theme. Again, I can go over here to the control panel, click on this paintbrush symbol, and under theme, I can change this to Deepin Default from Deepin Dark, and turns lighter automatically. You may have noticed that some things showed up dark and some things did not. The theme is not uniform in all applications, even in all Deepin utilities. So anyway, that works. Now, I don't want to end this video without mentioning my favorite feature of Deepin, which is the multitasking view. As you can see, I have Simple Screen Recorder over here. In the fourth workspace, under multitasking view, I can add workspaces. I can subtract them simply by clicking on the X up here. And each workspace has a different background. I can change those backgrounds. But I really like this. It's so easy to work with. When you click on the image, it goes back to that workspace. So that's really my favorite Deepin feature. Of course, if you want to change the wallpapers, all you have to do is right-click on the desktop and then left-click on Set Wallpaper. And you get this little slideshow at the bottom. There's quite a few of them, and you can go through very quickly. never seems to end, but I'm going to go back to the original. And of course, the graphics are fantastic. This is the best example of graphic design I think that you'll find in any Linux distribution. I also want to mention that the default mirror from which you download the system was very fast this time. In the past, I found the default mirror was extremely slow, and I had to go to SourceForge to select another alternate mirror. But this time it was quite fast, and this ISO is over 3 gigabytes, so speed makes a difference. So there was a great improvement there, and Deepin continues to improve with every release. This is XRAM Tech. Thanks for watching.